Hey there, everybody. For those who don't know, this show used to be a Patreon-only show. However, now I've decided to release them all out to the public. Over the next couple weeks, I will be releasing these shows entitled From the Vault. So if you're listening to anything that seems outdated, it's because it was recorded last year. Please enjoy the show. If you're listening on YouTube or Rumble, please hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Also, if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, go ahead and leave that 5-star rating, okay? It really does help the show. And I love you, and I thank you for it. All right, we'll see you soon.
People are strange. Something strange.
Is that strange?
That is strange.
Strange.
That is strange.
Wow, that is strange. This is strange.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Strange Sauna. This one is going to be a good one. We are going to be talking about conspiracy theories about Aaron Carter's death, Whitney Houston and her daughter, and those conspiracies too, the bathtub symbolism, and the philosopher's stone. Very interesting ideas, and we're going to finish this out with Madonna's bathtub ritual. Oh, God. Everybody has seen Madonna's new videos coming out, and that is no bueno, right? Something's going on with Madonna. Hope everything's all right, but I think she's a witch. But we'll find out. Aaron Carter pronounced dead at 11 a.m. on Saturday, November 5th. He was found unresponsive in a bathtub in his Lancaster, California home. And his friends suspected it was a drug overdose, okay? Now, you know Aaron Carter, he's had issues with drugs in the past. He's openly admitted that. He's gone to rehab. So yeah, it's you know, looking at this death, you could say, okay, he relapsed, he was on drugs, and he just kind of went unresponsive in the bathtub. That's not a stretch, right? You can kind of see how that would happen as a drug overdose scenario. Neighbors said that they heard Aaron's employee screaming, "He's dead, he's dead," when she discovered the tragic singer and reality star, who was 34 years old, at his home in Lancaster, California on Saturday morning. A friend told the U.S. Sun that they believe Aaron did not kill himself and that he had plans to go into the studio and to record new music next week. And so, yeah, if you don't have plans to kill yourself, but then you eventually do on accident because of a drug overdose, yeah, I could see how that could happen. The devastating news comes just weeks after Carter exclusively told the U.S. Sun in his last interview that he had checked into rehab in an effort to get his son, Prince, back. In September, Aaron enrolled in a month-long outpatient program at the Los Angeles-based Lion Rock Rehab Center. But close friends believe that he may have suffered a relapse after facing crippling addiction issues over the past decade. You also had this TMZ article recently that they had found multiple cans of compressed air in Aaron's bathroom and bedroom, as well as prescription pills, which lends kind of more credibility to there might have been a drug issue, right? Huffing some air or huffing some whatever the hell is in those compressed containers. It's not clear if this was what caused him to drown, but obviously it was a big clue into what may have happened. There's all these kind of weird incidents happening with Aaron or with celebrities in bathtubs. I did find an article that I'm going to kind of read from here. And this is called Former Child Pop Star Aaron Carter Dead by the Numbers and the Bathtub Water Symbolism in the Age of Aquarius. It starts out saying, allegedly he was found at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning, November the 5th. Yes, 11 as in the Freemasonic master number. Right, so 11, he was found at 11 a.m., The month November is the 11th month. But he's not the only person to die in a bathtub surrounded by the number 11. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston died on February 11th. And she was found face down in her bathtub at the Beverly Hills Hilton Hotel, room number 434, on February 11th, 2012. Whitney Houston reportedly entered the bathroom at 2:30 p.m. to get ready for Clive Davis's pre-Grammy celebration. And what's really messed up is that Whitney Houston's body remained in the hotel while they still had the pre-Grammy party. So they had this party for Clive Davis. Clive Davis was putting on this pre-Grammy show. And they knew that Whitney had just died, but I don't think any of them knew that her body was a couple floors upstairs. You know what I mean? Just very, very disgusting. The assistant who found the body had left just for 45 minutes and discovered Houston face down in a scalding bath. Was Whitney Houston murdered? Former police officer Paul Hubel says that he presented the FBI with compelling evidence that Houston was targeted by two men. And yeah, she could have been murdered by these two men. Hubel said that unnamed informants have told him that surveillance video footage exists of two men entering Houston's suite shortly after 2:45 p.m. on the day she died, February 11th. According to the 41-page coroner's report, Whitney Houston's body looked like it went through a boxing match. Houston had bruises on her arms, shoulders, a cut on her upper lip, scrapes to her nose and forehead, and lacerations to her scalp. Houston was submerged in a bath for nearly an hour. A large area of skin on Houston's lower back was burnt off, so-called skin slippage, by the scalding bathwater. The water was so hot that 6 hours after she died, it was measured at 93.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The night before Whitney's death, her daughter, Bobbi Kristina Brown, was found incapacitated in a bathtub in the same hotel and on the same floor. This was the night before Whitney Houston died in a bathtub. Her daughter was found passed out in a bathtub in the same hotel, same floor. Now, apparently, Bobby's room, so Whitney's daughter's room, was booked under Whitney's name. So you could look at, was somebody planning on doing this to Whitney and thought that Bobby's room was actually Whitney's room and maybe slipped some drugs into some food? Maybe they showed up and something went wrong. Was someone trying to knock her out on purpose? I don't know. Continuing with this weird trend, Bobbi Kristina was found face down in a bathtub on January 31st, 2015, 2 years, 11 months, and 21 days after Whitney died. So there's that 2 and 11. So get this. Bobbi Kristina was found face down in a bathtub on 1/31. So if you take the difference between 1/31 and February 11th, you get 2 years and 11 months. So that's 2/11. February 11th, 2 years and 11 months. Insane. That was insane when I found that. So Bobbi Kristina ended up eventually dying on July 26, 2015 at the age of 22. 22, 11 times 2, there's that 11 again. The numbers, I could see if there's a trend, if it's one-off incident and it's like, okay, yeah, bro, I get it. But this seems to be very like a trend. This seems to be a trend here with the 11s and the 2s and I don't know. Maybe it means something, maybe it means nothing. Regardless, back to this article here. Aaron's sister, Leslie Carter, died on January 31st, 2012 in a shower. Okay, so Aaron Carter died in the bathtub. His sister died in 2012. Pretty close to when Whitney Houston died, too. I mean, several days before that, in a shower. The theme here is water, the author says. As for the bathtub, we've seen rituals hundreds of times with these celebrities, in article photos on the covers of magazines, even albums. They love to show the symbolism of the bathtub as being reborn, cleansed of one's sins. However, water is connected to rain and mankind's desire for crops and cattle, as in sustaining life. As such, for the occult, this connects with the ancient Babylonians and their sacrifice of infants to Moloch for the purpose of providing rain. Thus, rain, water, showers, bathtubs are all symbolic for human sacrifice. Now, that is a little bit of a stretch, but I can see where he's going. It's the age of Aquarius. You got the water bearer. You have water in the bathtub. You're doing these crazy Babylonian sacrifice rituals to bring the rain. Therefore, you can grow your crops and survive, right? Okay, I can see a little bit there, but it's a little stretchy. Another connection is to that of Wicca. In Wicca, the element of water is also represented with an inverted triangle and represents the subconscious. Now, I was thinking about this, the inverted triangle. So it's an inverted pyramid. You know, when the Freemason folk, they sit with their hands kind of, you know, they do the diamond and then they go like down below, like Trump always kind of sits with his fingers connected. That's symbolic of the inverted triangle. You have Trump's tower. He has the inverted triangle on Trump's tower of the trees. It's actually 6 by 6 by 6. So you got the 666 inverted triangle on Trump Tower. Very interesting things to think about. The occult, as in the Freemasons and practitioners of Satanism, believe that inverting images has a strong symbolic meaning, which is why you see them inverting crosses, inverting pentagrams, and doing most things in reverse or upside down. Now think about the left. Think about the deep state, not just the left. Okay, you can throw the right in there too. But think about projection, what they always do. They tell you what the opposite really is, right? They tell you we're in this booming economy. Meanwhile, we have inflation through the roof. We have, there's no riots down there. Antifa's a myth. Meanwhile, they're burning down cities. All right. It's always this upside down world, this reversal of what's really happening. And so maybe that goes back to the inversion of this, the triangle. You know, that's an inversion, a type of inversion. Could be practices of Wicca or even something that goes further beyond Wicca, satanic cults. They seek to reverse the power of the original intent on the symbol. As for the reference to Wicca, they inverted the triangle of water, which is represented by the cardinal direction west. The direction north is a symbol for Earth, which is why you see the current series such as Westworld, where the last season took place at a dam of water. Water is also connected to the age of Aquarius. Now, this is the water bearer. The Aquarius sign is really just a man pouring out a pitcher of water. When we looked at Trump and the coming of the age of Aquarius, the dawn of a new age, DON, you can also look at the Truth Social app. If you turn the Truth Social icon, it kind of looks like it's pouring out water. You got the little bit of blue coming out there. I've heard that that was a reference to the age of Aquarius. You know, the truth will spill out. We're bringing in this new age where truth and finding your sense of purpose, that's what we're coming into. The age of Aquarius is represented by the water carrier or symbols of water. And it is a time period described as representing freedom, technology, and group consciousness. The collective consciousness, the Big Ron kind of talks about. It is what the ruling elite has hijacked and is now promoting through transhumanism with puppets such as Elon Musk. So this author clearly doesn't like Elon Musk. I have my suspicions of the man as well. We can already see this is in motion by the advancements in AI, brain implants, Neuralink, and wireless connectivity. And I believe we got in this discussion with Ryan Gable about the shots, the juice, jib jab, could be related to part of this wireless connectivity here. The groundwork has been laid all by this futuristic sci-fi TV series, movie programming, and during the last 50 years with this new age socialist communist ideals, synthesized foods, CMOs, and the nourishment in pills and technologies such as implants and augmentation. Going back to the bathtub. There is a ritual component to bathing in water, as in, quote, the final bath, used to cleanse their soul from evil. In the Jewish tradition, they participate in a mikvah, as described, quote, not for cleansing the body, but rather for the purity of the soul. So, was Aaron killed? Or was his character killed? Now, this is the death of the ego. Moving on. We've talked about celebrities faking their own deaths so that way they can move on to the next realm of wherever they're going to go, whatever they got to do. There was speculation that Kobe Bryant faked his own death. There's speculation that Robin Williams faked his own death to kind of get out of it. Tupac, right? We've even had a segment on Tupac. Is Tupac in the Jurassic 5 now? I don't know. The author goes on to say that is, as in being sacrificed, cleansed of his sins, and reborn into a new role on the world stage. So he's asking, was Aaron Carter ready to be entered into a new role? You could argue, yes. Yes, he was. Because there's a video out there. Aaron Carter saying that he was being threatened. Check this out, everybody.
I want to verify that this is actually my GoFundMe page. There's been a lot of misdirection that I've had to do in order to protect myself from being the silence breaker for my brother, who is a rapist. And now they're after my life. My whole family is after my life. And they're setting me up. And Sony Records owes me $3.5 million. And they don't want to pay me. And it would be in their better interest, just like Michael told me. And Brad Paisley, who sued Sony Records for $10 million. They owe me money and they're trying to kill me off. And I'm begging you and I'm pleading you, help me raise $100,000 as soon as I can so I can move to an undisclosed location where I am safe. My realtor won't sell my house. They're all involved in this and they're trying to keep me there. They had cops come and check for a rope in my garage saying I wanted to hang myself. So please trust what I'm saying and please donate the money.
Okay. So he wants to get out of there. He wants to move to an undisclosed location. Okay, if you're going to move to an undisclosed location, no one's going to know where you're at. People will think, what? Are you dead? Don't know. He said that they were after his life. They were actually trying to kill him. Whew. You know, that's, he is known to make some bombastic statements, though. Has he not, Aaron Carter? So it's hard to take him kind of serious, too, especially if he's on drugs. If he's warped, if his mind is warped, his perception is warped. We don't know if this man is speaking the truth. But that is a very easy out, is it not? It's a very easy excuse that this man was tainted. His life was tainted. His mind was tainted with these drugs. You can't trust him. We don't know what he's saying is true, so, it was just a video. But the fact that he said that his realtor was in on it, everybody's in on this. They don't want him to move. He's looking for $100,000 just so that way he can kind of escape to an undisclosed location. Makes me think that there was something more to this story. You know? In the last tweet that he sent to Kanye West, said, hey, man, let's talk man to man. I don't know what their connection was. I don't know how close they were. But if you look at the history of Aaron Carter, you know, with his children being taken away or not having custody with his children because of his drug abuse and being hauled off into this rehab center, you kind of have that mirrored with Kanye. You know, Kanye just posted the text message between him and Harley, where Harley said, I'm going to throw your ass back into an institution. You're going to be drugged up and things with your kids just won't be the same. So I think Aaron Carter realized there was some similarities that Kanye was going through, that he had gone through. And he's probably reaching out saying, hey, let's talk man to man. Did something come of that conversation? Did they talk? Were they like, did Kanye say there is a way out? Here's what you do. You know, Kanye's, you know, I don't know if Kanye knows all about that crap. I don't know. But it's definitely strange. Going back to the kind of the numbers here, if we look at Aaron Carter and the numerology. Now, see, the numerology stuff, the gematria, I'm not really that into it unless you see like a big trend. Because you could type in any word and have it be 115 letters long or some shit, right? That's where I get a little, it's kind of sus. But Aaron allegedly died on November 5th, as in 11/5 or 115. Now, if you look at the word bathtub, Lucifer, Masonic, killing, those all add up to be 115 in reverse ordinal and English ordinal. Aaron Carter was, listen to this. This one's kind of weird. Aaron Carter was born on December 7th, and he allegedly died on November 5th at a span of 33 days before his upcoming birthday. So he died 33 days before his birthday. Wouldn't you know it? He was 34 years old. 34 in gematria is murder, killing, Masonic. You also have the satanic inversion of 34. This person is saying, the author is saying, the inversion of the number, which you could take back to that satanic inversion of 34, is 43. And 43 in gematria in reverse reduction is Carter, bathtub, Lucifer, Masonic, and killing. So you have a lot of numerology, numbers, gematria kind of adding up surrounding Aaron. Another thing that I noticed was there was this article that came out about Hillary Duff. Aaron Carter took Hillary Duff's virginity on, quote, maybe her 13th birthday. This was according to a book that's just come out. This new memoir that will come out next week. Quote, Hillary and I lost our virginity to each other at a hotel in L.A., Carter wrote an admittedly unfinished tell-all. I think it was her birthday, maybe her 13th, but I don't remember. Her friends walked in and we were just yelling at them to get out. So why is this article coming out right now? You know, I heard that there's some shade being thrown at this article saying like, hey, it's disrespectful, bro. We're talking about Hillary Duff's virginity. You know what I mean? It's kind of, the guy just died. You know, what's interesting, though, is I looked up the 13th tarot card, and that's death. So the number 13 in tarot is the death card. Very interesting that they just all of a sudden come out with this Hillary Duff 13th birthday, virginity lost. You know, it's looking very unclean. And then maybe he was found dead in the bathtub to cleanse himself of whatever happened. Now, Hillary Duff has always said that she lost her virginity to good Charlotte rocker Joel Madden. So why are we coming out now just saying that maybe Aaron Carter was the one to take the virginity? You know, very interesting, very suspicious timing. The 13th tarot card is death. Aaron Carter just died, that's for sure. We're going to be looking at the bathtub next here, though. Alchemy, a bath is a simmering heat that is part of the process of creating the philosopher's stone. The bath is also called the Bain Marie, named after Maria Prophetessa, who is credited with developing the warming apparatus. The bath is related to baptism, and we've always seen that, right? The water. Going back to water, we're bringing in the water to baptize the children, but now we're in the age of Aquarius, which is an air sign. Even though it's the water bearer, it's still an air sign. I don't get it. That's why I also think that baptisms will occur in the air when you're abducted by the, quote, new alien god. Oh, God. No, I don't know. That was just an idea that I was throwing out there. But the philosopher's stone is very interesting. That the bath is part of the process for creating this philosopher's stone. Now, a philosopher's stone is an idea. It's a whole show by itself. But I found, this article that kind of explains a little bit about what the philosopher's stone is. The philosopher's stone in alchemy is the mysterious substances that enabled the transmutation of base metals into gold or silver. So it will turn anything into gold and silver. And I know that there's stories about there that there was a king who anything that he would touch would turn to gold. You know, there's like the fable. It's a childhood fable. The philosopher's stone is said to speed a natural process of evolution in which minerals and base metals evolved to a higher or purer state. So it's kind of a catalyst, if you will. It speeds up the natural evolution of things. The stone was first mentioned by Zosimos, who described it as, quote, a stone that is not a stone. It has never been described directly and has hundreds of names and various descriptions such as elixirs, tincture, crystals, powder, so forth. It is both the beginning, the prima materia, and the end of the great work. Numerous recipes and formulae have been presented in alchemical literature for preparing the stone, some of them couched in heavy symbolism. One of the most famous recipes is attributed to Maria Prophetess, said to be one of the earliest alchemical adepts in Hellenistic Egypt. And her instructions are, invert nature and you will find what you seek. Huh. What did she say? Invert nature and you will find what you seek. What have we been seeing? We were just talking about inversion. The inverted triangle? The satanic kind of inverting of everything, the deep state inverting everything that they say, the projection. Now we have these instructions on how to make the philosopher's stone, the thing that can make anything into gold and silver. We see that they tell you to invert nature to find what you seek. What is going on here? There exist two combinations. One pertains to the action of whitening, and the other to that of yellowing. Combine together the male and the female, and you will find what you seek. The whitening and the yellowing, the sun and the moon. Right? That is pretty much what this bathtub in alchemical art is represented as. You know, you'll see naked men, naked women, symbols of the opposites. They're shown together in a bath, Sol and Luna, sun and moon, king and queen, representing the masculine and the feminine, the volatile and the fixed, gold and silver. The bath is a cleansing, perfecting, and purifying process. The water is rejuvenating and redemptive. So it has a redeeming value for your sins. Redemption in baptism? Does that ring a bell? Now, here is the deal, is that you have this inversion of nature to find what you seek. You're bringing together male and female to find what you seek. Some would say that the inverted triangle represents the vagina. Not to get all weird on you. But if you look at the female anatomy, you know, the fallopian tubes in the vagina, it's literally kind of a upside down triangle. So if you combine everything and you invert the triangle and you bring together male and female, you're going to have a baby. Maybe that's what they're saying is this philosopher's stone. I have no idea. The philosopher's stone is ascribed great powers beyond the transmutation of metals. It is said to be, quote, the universal medicine that can improve health and lengthen life, even allowing some adepts to achieve immortality. Oh boy. Haven't we talked about that? The deep state? All these satanic rituals to extend their lives, to reach immortality, to never die. You know, the spirit cooking events with Marina Abramovic. You look at the adrenochrome idea, the sacrifice of children to extend your life, to give you purer blood, even hocus pocus. That's what the whole idea of hocus pocus was, is they would drink the children's blood to make them youthful again. The stone is often depicted in alchemical art as the hermaphrodite. Oh boy. The product of the marriage of opposites, represented by the king and the queen. So the hermaphrodite is Baphomet. The goat head with breasts. Very interesting things here. To acquire the philosopher's stone is to acquire full knowledge of God, a mystical union. The transmutation of base metals into gold, into the alchemical furnace, is likened to the purification and burning away of one's sins and imperfections by the burning fire of the love of God. So purifying and burning away the sins. So if you acquire the Philosopher's Stone, you're shedding away your dead skin. You're shedding away the dead wood. You're becoming someone else. Maybe you're shedding away your ego. Maybe you are faking your own death. Maybe you're moving to an undisclosed location. By the Renaissance, the Philosopher's Stone signified the force behind the evolution of life and the universal binding of power of oneness. It also represented the purity and sanctity of the highest realm of pure thought and altruistic existence. My goodness. So, what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to create this Philosopher's Stone in the bathtub imagery? You know, that's when you look at the bathtub rituals and the bathtub sacrifices, maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to maybe open up a portal. I know Isaac Weishaupt has done several videos and several explanations about the bathtub symbolism, the water. You know, if you look at the movie Constantine, the bathtub was a portal to hell. So are they creating a portal somehow by doing these ritual sacrifices? Oh boy, I don't know. But nonetheless, if you look at the bathtub itself is a private area, right? It's a private location. And when you have these celebrities choosing to have this intimate display within the bathtub, it represents their willingness to expose themselves in a state of vulnerability. Ooh, vulnerable. There I am doing that Dracula thing again. But they're exposing themselves at their most vulnerable times. In the bathtub, you're naked. Why are you taking photos, and why is this such a hot, trendy thing to do with celebrities? It's in your videos. It's in the cover of magazines. You know, you have Britney Spears with a diamond over her left eye. In the bathtub, you have Nicki Minaj in the bubble bath, Tupac in the bubble bath. You got Madonna doing her crazy stuff. But now think about this. So you're exposing yourself when you're naked. Now in the Bible, after Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit, they realized something. And that was that they were naked. And they were just covering themselves up, like trying to, they were exposed. Now, if you think about the word naked, I know Jordan Peterson has talked about this. It doesn't mean, it could not just mean the physical being naked. I don't have any clothes on. It could mean that you realize that you're vulnerable. So you've come into this fruition that, oh my gosh, people can see me. It's the emperor has new clothes. He walks around naked all the time. And then all of a sudden this little kid goes, dude, why are you naked? And then he just realizes, oh shit, I'm naked. Why didn't anybody tell me? And that's what happened with Adam and Eve is they ate this forbidden fruit, the knowledge, which gave them perspective that they were naked. They were vulnerable. They walk upright. They exposed their belly to predators. They could get killed very easily. Now, when they asked God, God said, how do you know you're naked? Did you eat the forbidden fruit? And then that started the tumbleweed all over again. So is this some sort of kind of like a portal? Are they trying to obtain wisdom through this bathtub ritual? If they're naked, they're being exposed. Are they trying to recreate this forbidden fruit scenario? That's one way of looking at it. But to end the show, I want to talk about Madonna's ritual bath. Because apparently Madonna has an ice bath that she does at 3 a.m., the witching hour, right? The inversion. Speaking about inversion, Christ apparently died at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Now the 3 a.m. has been the inverted time of the witching hour. This is when Madonna starts her ice bath. And apparently after she has this ice bath at 3 a.m., she drinks her own urine. Now, this is an article I've been looking at this. I don't know if it's actually her own urine or if it's just really dark yellow tea. But here again, you're bringing in the yellow, right? That philosopher's stone. Going back to the philosopher's stone, you're mixing in gold and silver, right? You're mixing in the elixir. What did she say? Yes. One of the process is whitening and yellowing. So whitening could be the purification of the bath. The ice and water, it gets white when it's cold. I don't know. Maybe that's not true, but I would say that the whitening part is the cleansing and the yellowing is the couple. So Madonna's trying to create this philosopher's stone in the bathtub ritual. Or at least you can look at it that way. So I found this article here. This is from, Hindustan Times. Oh boy. Singer Madonna has shared a clip of her unusual post-show routine, which includes taking an ice bath and drinking a cup of her own urine. Singer Madonna shared this clip on Instagram. She was 61 years old at the time. She had been kind of touring. And you'll see her in the hotel bathroom with performer Ala Malik Williams. I think she was dating him at the time. I mean, there are photos with her and Ala Malik with eye patches on. They're kind of having fun, doing crazy stuff. But Madonna was bruised. I mean, she's exposing like marks on her upper thigh area, kind of her pubic area, like a scar or a wound. She got into this ice bath wearing rubber socks. Who the hell knows? Ice baths are common for sports injuries, calming down inflammation and all that stuff. So I don't know what this was all about, but she just covered her legs. Her upper torso was completely out of the bath. So she stayed in there for a while, but then after she got out, she was sitting on the bathtub, taking off her protective rubber socks. And then she proceeded to drink a yellow liquid from a white teacup.
It's really good to drink urine after you get out of the frozen.
It's really good to drink urine after you've gotten out of a frozen bath, said Madonna. And it's not the first time Madonna has used urine as a medical treatment. She previously admitted to urinating on her own feet to ward off athletes' foot in the past. Who hasn't done that? I mean, come on now. No, I'm just kidding. But we all remember Madonna in the bath at the beginning of COVID, right? She had the Great Equalizer clip where she was claiming the great thing and the worst thing about COVID is that it makes everybody equal and that we're all in the same boat. And if the ship goes down, we all go down.
That's the thing about COVID-19. It doesn't care about how rich you are, how famous you are, how funny you are, how smart you are, where you live, how old you are, what amazing stories you can tell. It's the great equalizer. And what's terrible about it is what's great about it. What's terrible about it is it's made us all equal in many ways. And what's wonderful about it is that it's made us all equal in many ways. Like I used to say at the end of Human Nature every night, we're all in the same boat. And if the ship goes down, we're all going down together.
Very, very interesting things. So yes, we'll see what happens with this. I found that, as more information comes out about Aaron Carter's death, I think the picture will be made that he was a drug addict. I think the picture will be just like every other celebrity that's found in a bathtub. Drug overdose. You know, the family itself has big problems. His sister died in the bath or the shower as well. So, you know, the story we'll never really know. But all we can do is kind of just take our own conclusions and run with them, which is what we're kind of analyzing here on this show. So hopefully you guys like this segment. And if you do, let people know about it. And until next time, everybody, sayonara.